across the border for a better life, but now they are walking out in handcuffs after police say their American dream was to commit crime.
Police say a gang terrorized New Yorkers, robbing them and then hacking their phones to drain bank accounts of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Surveillance video shows the moment two masked men broke into the back of a Bronx bodega, walked up to the register, and made off with $100,000 cash.
I think all the crime is getting worse right now. I mean, especially with the bikes and the mopeds and the scooters, everyone's riding around.
Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. Greetings. Today we want to continue the conversation about the crisis at the border. For many Americans, this has become too problematic to even contain their composure. On top of that, the powers that be are now scrambling to try to facilitate supporting all these illegals, of which we have no idea who has good intentions or bad. And it's ultimately going to come down to each state to try to address the security and sanctity of their state as much as possible until the federal government gets on board. And ultimately, it's going to be a big decision come November, because what they thought was a good idea has become a complete disaster. You don't have to believe me. Check out some of these news clips from various cities.
A new migrant caravan of up to 7,000 people now passing through Mexico, heading straight for the U.S. southern border. This migrant saying many have no money for food or transport, so they have to get to the U.S. border this way by walking. But as that massive caravan makes its way north, major American cities are struggling to house the ones who've already arrived and are seeking asylum in the U.S.
We're having to create new space because we don't have any other space we can access in New York City.
This week, New York City opening a new tent city on Floyd Bennett Field in Brooklyn, which could house about 500 families. The sprawling facility features individual rooms outfitted with cots and bassinets and provides electrical outlets and locking doors. But the field it sits on, once a naval air station, is prone to flooding, and some city officials have raised concerns about the fire hazards posed by the cramped living quarters.
The nearest fire hydrant is 3,000 feet away. If there was a major fire at that location, there wouldn't be enough water for the fire department to quickly put that fire out.
However, New York City officials have denied those claims as they try to make space for what they estimate is just under 70,000 migrants in New York's shelter system.
In terms of the fire safety issues, these are not fire traps and these are not death traps. Every single space has issues that we need to address and mitigate, and we work very, very closely with all of our agency partners to mitigate those things. And we're doing that with the fire department.
In Chicago, as the cold winter months approach, city officials are building a tent city with winterized tents in Brighton Park and have plans for another in this vacant lot on the south side.
Chicago's winter are brutal. Putting migrants in the tent in such conditions is nothing short of inhumane.
The Brighton Park facility drawing backlash from Chicago residents at a heated community meeting last week.
What does housing look like for our own residents who are houseless nests, who need affordable housing, our seniors, those resources that asylum seekers are getting in one place? Our residents have to go multiple places for.
And in Massachusetts, officials announcing a wait list for arriving migrants after the state reaches its fast approaching shelter system capacity of 7,500 people. Massachusetts Governor Healy also announcing a work authorization clinic for migrants in those emergency shelters next month.
There are so many steps that They can review to make sure that the applications won't be denied or rejected for things that can be fixed on site.
Cities push past capacity with more migrants appearing to be on the way.
If you're enjoying the video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Male Reality Lessons.
To live here, but y'all gonna bring some other motherfuckers here? That doesn't add up. It doesn't make no sense. None. I'm homeless. I work a full-time job, 40 hours, and can't pay to live here. How the y'all gonna bring somebody else here? Don't make no sense.
Meanwhile, in Massachusetts, Governor Maura Healey declaring a state of emergency due to emergency shelters there reaching capacity with migrants. Officials say there are almost 5,600 families and over 20,000 individuals in Bay State shelters. This is 80% higher than this time last year. Governor Healey's administration is now asking Massachusetts residents to help with the crisis.
If you have an extra room or suite in your home, please consider hosting a family. Safe housing and shelter is our most pressing need. Become a sponsor family. You can contact the Brazilian Worker Center for more information on how you can step up if you're willing to have an additional family be part of your family.
In the governor's letter to the federal government on Tuesday, she stated that the crisis is currently costing the state of Massachusetts $45 million per month on programs to assist the families.
In closing, here's the ironic part about all of this. All these Democratic states got money that's being printed from who knows where or taken from what already exacerbated social services. But prior to any of the migrants in the magnitude that they have arrived today, there were people already in their state suffering. Suffering with regards to housing, suffering with regards to education, suffering with regards to medical. This is the sad state of affairs of piss poor leadership. You can't take care of your family first and then ask someone else to take care of some strangers. In what world does this make sense? This is clown world. Yet, the problem persists and the borders remain open. It is my prayer that it can be sustained until some new leadership comes into power. Otherwise, the country itself, as well as various cities and states, will be destined to implode because the people that were there before the migrants are not going to take this sitting down. But I want to hear from you in the comments section. Tell me how you feel about this crisis and what you would do to change the state of affairs today. Lastly, I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Male Reality Lessons and have a good day.